This is my pile of wood, and you're probably thinking, wow, Oliver, that is a nice pile of wood. And I agree with you, it is a nice pile of wood. This wood pile's got everything a basement wood pile could ever want. Got strips of old cherry, got walnut slabs, strips of a bunch of wood ready for bending, or at least it was while it was green, but now it's probably bone dry and therefore really terrible at bending. Huge slabs of poplar, random piece of ash, clamp racks. These are what basement piles of wood are made of. Time to get off the ground. Let's make a shelf. Totally forgotten how my shelf goes together. Back in Connecticut, when I first built it, it tied into a stud wall. And so I had it originally, half of it was studs and the other half was these two boards. But I don't have any studs down here to tie into, so I'm gonna make a freestanding shelf. Just gonna get these at right angles and have my 3 shelves. Should be perfect, should be great. Let's get it. It's feeling a little racked right now, so I think I'm gonna try to line up the other end. So right now I think I'm making a parallelogram trapezoid. So the wood I'm using is terrible. It's warped, it's broken, it's chipped. It's got notches cut out of it. High quality stuff. But what I am gonna try to do in putting this together is at least to screw it somewhat square. Give it a college try. So I just went looking through all my boxes, had to look through about 6 before I found it, and it wasn't in one, it was on a table. So now that I got a square, we are ready to go. I still don't know how far I want to do these, but feel it out, it'll be good. It's shop furniture, shop equipment. Don't want to get too crazy about it. So we're gonna push it in 16 inches. That should be good. So my first design decision I gotta make is how big do I want this space? How big do I want this space? Because however big I want these, that'll decide how big I have my foot space for live edge gem. Well, I think this will work out well. There's already a line drawn on here from my previous shelf build at 18 inches, so I think I'll just go with that. So when you're doing this, you want to have screws that are about a 1/4 inch longer than you need. So whenever you rub your hand on the back of it, you'll accidentally cut yourself when you're carrying something really heavy. It's always worked out for me, and I'm not going to stop now. Look at that. 2 drilled screws. All right, so this is 3.5 tall, and our space is 48. So we want 44.5 divided by 2, which is 22.25. Try that, 22.25. A little bit over here. 22.25. Looks pretty good. All right. Yeah. Is it too tall? It is too tall. Isn't it the best? If it wasn't too tall, that might just be too much. And that is not the way this world works. All right, our flint. Phillips head bit, and it's in my container with star bits. So I pick it up about every 5 screws and get to put it back in to pick it up again and 5 screws later. Thank you for joining me on this shelf build. It's a pretty rough shelf being made from reclaimed 2x4s, but it's a ton better than all the wood being on the ground. It's a huge improvement over that. And it marks the first project being completed on my path to being able to start making work again once my wood shop's done. Really excited to get to start making sculptures again. So thank you so much for joining, and catch you on the next build.